From bicycle builders to sky pioneers, the Wright brothers. The sky has always been a symbol of boundless possibility, a dream of freedom that called to humanity for centuries. But what if we could truly soar through that sky? What if we could conquer the one frontier that had always seemed just beyond our reach? In December 1903, two men from Dayton, Ohio, would change the course of history forever. Their names were Orville and Wilbur Wright. Born in the late 19th century, Orville and Wilbur were not men of privilege, but of humble beginnings. They were not engineers by formal training, but self-taught inventors, driven by a relentless curiosity and the belief that the impossible was simply a challenge waiting to be conquered. Orville and Wilbur were raised in a small, close-knit family where the love for mechanical design and problem-solving ran deep. Their father, Milton Wright, was a bishop and a firm believer in the power of curiosity. He encouraged his children to ask questions, seek answers, and think independently. Their mother, Susan Catherine Kerner, was mechanically inclined herself and often built household gadgets, traits her sons would inherit. The brothers were inseparable, sharing ideas and inspiring each other. In 1878, their father brought home a simple toy helicopter made of bamboo, cork, and rubber bands. It was a gift, but it also ignited something profound, a fascination with flight. This childhood toy planted the seeds for what would later become their life's work. Before they pursued flight, the Wright brothers ran a successful bicycle shop. Here, they honed skills in engineering and mechanics, learning how to create efficient, reliable designs. The shop wasn't just a business, it was their laboratory, a place where they experimented with new ideas. In the late 1800s, the world was buzzing with the idea of flight. Hot air balloons had captured imaginations, and inventors like Otto Lilienthal were experimenting with gliders. But the dream of powered, controlled flight remained elusive. The Wright brothers were inspired by these early pioneers, but they believed the key lay in understanding not just how to fly, but how to control flight. Their motivation wasn't driven by fame or fortune. It was the challenge itself, the sheer audacity of solving a problem that had stumped humanity for centuries. They wanted to create something practical, something that could transform transportation and connect the world in ways people could barely imagine. Unlike many contemporaries, the Wright brothers approached flight with a scientific mindset. They immersed themselves in the study of aerodynamics, poring over data from other inventors, including Lilienthal and Samuel Langley. But they also realized the limitations of existing knowledge and decided to conduct their own experiments. One of the greatest innovations was the wind tunnel they built in their bicycle shop. Using this tool, they tested hundreds of wing shapes to determine the most efficient designs. They weren't just building machines, they were rewriting the science of flight. By 1902, the glider experiments at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, demonstrated that they could control pitch, roll, and yaw, three critical aspects of flight. This understanding laid the groundwork for the next step, powered flight. And so, on December 17, 1903, after years of painstaking work, the Wright brothers were ready to test their powered aircraft, the Flyer. It was a cold, windy morning, perfect for their experiment. Orville was the first to pilot the craft. As the engine roared to life, the Flyer lifted off the ground, staying airborne for 12 seconds and covering 120 feet. It was the first powered, controlled flight in human history. Wilbur followed with an even longer flight, covering 175 feet. The news of their achievement spread slowly at first. Many skeptics dismissed the Wright brothers' claims, believing powered flight was impossible. Even newspapers were hesitant to publish their story. But as they demonstrated their Flyer in front of crowds, the world began to realize the magnitude of their accomplishment. The Wright brothers didn't just invent the airplane, they launched an industry. Within a decade, airplanes were used for transportation, military reconnaissance, and mail delivery. By the mid-20th century, aviation had transformed global trade, diplomacy, and even warfare. Their work also laid the foundation for space exploration, inspiring scientists and engineers to dream beyond the skies, toward the stars. But the story of the Wright brothers isn't just about flight. They faced endless challenges, financial difficulties, public doubt, and even personal loss, but they persevered. Their bond as brothers and collaborators was unshakable, and their shared determination changed the world. Wilbur's words remind us that innovation isn't just about ambition, it's about preparation, learning, and never losing sight of your goals. The story of Orville and Wilbur Wright is one of vision, grit, and a dream fulfilled. From their small workshop in Dayton to the sands of Kitty Hawk, they proved that human ingenuity knows no limits. Today, as airplanes crisscross the globe, connecting people and cultures, we owe a debt of gratitude to two brothers who dared to dream of flying. Their story reminds us that no matter how distant the goal, no matter how impossible the challenge, with enough determination and creativity, we too can touch the skies. Don't forget to like, subscribe to Invent Hill, and hit the bell icon for more explorations into the innovations that define our world. Thanks for watching, your daily dose of creativity and ingenuity.